Suspect in the Charlotte shooting named after 4 officers are killed. There was there was 4 law enforcement officers who were killed and 4 others were injured. I think one is still in critical condition when gunfire erupted at a house in Charlotte, North Carolina, where authorities first arrived to serve a warrant. They were trying to serve a warrant, and then the gunfire starts coming from the house. The suspect who fired at officers was fatally shot on the lawn of the house, while 2 other people inside the house were later taken in for questioning. Police have said there may have been more than one shooter, though that remains unclear, so they're still investigating. In the aftermath, condolences for the officers involved in one of the deadliest recent attacks on law enforcement poured out from small communities to the White House, from the White House. What we know. Around 1:30 p.m. Monday, officers with the U.S. Marshal Task Force arrived at a home in the suburb of Charlotte to serve several active warrants against a 39-year-old Terry Clark Hughes Jr., who was wanted for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and 2 counts of fleeing to elude, according to the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department. Armed with high-powered rifles, Hughes fired upon the approaching task force officers, striking several of them. Officers called for backup as additional law enforcement responded to the scene. The gunfire continued, striking additional officers. So a lot of people have questions. Some people have questions because this was during the day. Mm-hmm. A lot of times they do this at night, at 3 or something in the morning when the people sleep, and you don't know I'm coming. So why would you, I'm not just saying for the officers, why would you go at him knowing he has felonies with loaded guns? Background. You already know he has guns.
So his background right there.
To serve a warrant. I almost felt like y'all, why don't y'all wait for him to come out the house? He don't even know y'all getting ready to get him.
Because that house can be like it was.
Yeah. And they were saying this might change the way that they do these things going forward.
And remember they could have came with bulletproof vests and everything.
They
ready
probably
like
did
a
have
SWAT
it on,
team.
but if he shot him up at the time.
SWAT team.
But my thing is, the same thing I said with Gaza, with Israel. You have to drop a whole bomb on a whole block to get one person. Why don't y'all always take the easier route? He gonna come out, ain't he? Or I'll smoke him out.
I know some of the TV shows show the guys be around watching and waiting, and one goes in as a pizza deliverer.
That's what is this fake?
Or UPS box.
Are we watching too many movies?
I'm thinking that's common sense too. Can you not do that?
But are we watching too many movies?
I don't know.
Like the mailman.
They did that on Fugitive, the movie Fugitive.
Yeah.
They were after the black guy, when they all just escaped. That black guy, they knew where he was. And they was ready. They went in, but then they almost got shot as well. Because he grabbed one of them and had a gun to his head.
So I don't know. I just feel like if I'm a police officer, I want to get home. So to me, I'm going to always try to figure out what's the best way for me to get home. If he doesn't know I'm coming, he's going to come out that house.
But think about this.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's to get some smokes or something to drink.
But think about this too. One episode of Rookie, it was an apartment building. And what they did, and I'm thinking they probably do this for real, because how they get their stories. The apartment building had only so many apartments. Most of the people that lived in that apartment were all part of the same.
That's what
gang.
I'm saying.
So everybody had a gun because there was regular people that lived in there.
Right.
And they go, they controlled the building.
So I'm not going to
turn
go
the light off, down off.
So
So when the cops went in there, they didn't know other shooters were in other apartments. They ambushed them. And other cops had to come and save them because they was hiding. And other cops had to come in with bombs and everything.
And you said people have a disregard for police officers.
Yes.
So it's going to be more and more. Before, back in the day, you would be like, you never heard of police.
They're being ambushed now.
They starting to fire back on y'all.
And
this
have
generation,
their friends with them doing it.
This generation, I'm telling y'all, they are different.
Yes.
Like that one that got out with the gun, ready to shoot. They think think they in a movie
Yes.
and they want to go out in a flame of glory.
Yes.
So y'all got to think different. I'm not saying that they, the police officer, I feel for their families or whatever.
I pray for them.
But hopefully going forward.
This is a learning
lesson.
Wow.
You do not go and serve a warrant to a guy who has felonies and guns.
Yes.
You don't know who's in that house. You don't know who's going to shoot.
Thank you.
Somebody got to come out of that house.
Yes. It's not that serious. It's not like he just took a life and he's going to the house and
you running in pursuit.
Because that has happened.
That's different.
Yeah. That's like killers on the loose. Yes. And he ran in the home and he's holding them hostage.
Yes.
So you got a whole nother situation.
Yes.
But you just come and do.
Yeah, no.
Let's go get John Doe.
They didn't think he was going to do that.
Oh, no.
And he wanted to die. He went out in a flame of glory.
Yes. Oh, help us, Lord.
So we got to, I'm just saying, I'm hoping they change their tactical thoughts and the way they do stuff.
Yes, Lord.
Even when we went and got Bin Laden, we took him off guard.
Yeah.
They literally landed, we all watched it live. Yeah. They literally landed the helicopter in his backyard. Yes. They all jumped out and kicked the door and went right in.
Ready. Boom, 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 boom.
And even then, there were still guys trying to shoot him in the house.
Yes. And you are shielded up, ready to go into combat. These officers, you actually went into a military, like on the war zone. You went into a war zone. And now I'm just praying for each one.
And I hope that it wasn't those other two shooting, because if that's the case, that really is driving home what I'm saying. Yeah. You don't know who's in that house, and you don't know who's going to be helping him shoot.
Thank you.
So hopefully going forward, this changes the way that they do it. Somebody could have came out that house and y'all could have grabbed them.
But you're right. We watch too many movies that are doing this.
Too many movies.
And I do get it. This is not Hollywood and whatever, but they're getting these stories from somewhere. And you think, are they learning from those stories?
No.
To be better on how they move around.
So we pray for the officers, the 4 that are gone. And especially another thing too.
Just injured. One is injured.
No, 4 are dead. Oh. 1 is in critical condition, and then the other 3 are wounded. Oh. And another thing, I'm looking at the picture. Y'all all white. Was this a black neighborhood? You look like police officers. Somebody obviously called him and said, "Dude, you got
they
police
at your door,
officers, man.
They at your door for one. What do you call it? Whatever codes."
He was in his somebody's house. I don't know, or his house. All right. No, Mama thinking of somebody else probably.
No, it's the same one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.